Alright, so today we're going to talk about composite objects made out of cubes. So let us look at this object right here. So as you can see, I have some different blocks here, and we need to determine what exactly is the surface area. The easiest way to go about that is to start looking at the different views possible of this object. So if we're looking from top down, a couple things we can notice. We can notice that it is not level because it goes up like this. So if I were to draw this, the top view is going to look something like this. And the reason I'm including the lines is because it indicates to me that it is not a flat surface. If I were to flip and look at the bottom, it's going to look very similar to my top. However, unlike the top, the bottom is all flat. So when I draw this, I'm going to show that. So instead of having the lines like the top did, it is just going to be a figure like this. If I'm going to look at the right side, it is 1, 2, 3 blocks, and as you can tell, it is not level, so I'm going to have to indicate that in my drawing. So for my right, my drawing is going to look a little something like this, and once again I'm going to draw the lines to indicate that it is not level. Similarly, my left is going to look very much like my right, except it is the opposite direction. I wouldn't be super concerned about making sure that they're exact. I'm not going to be looking for that when I'm looking at your thing. Looking at the front, so once again you can see that they're not level. I'm going to have to indicate that when I do my drawing. So my front is going to look a little something like this. And my back, when I flip it over, is going to be very similar to my front, except where it is all one level, I don't need to indicate any variances in like the level of it. At this point, if I were to find the surface area, one way I can do this is I can look to see how many are of each. So the area here. So if I look at my shapes, I have 4 that are 4 cubes, and I have 2 that are of 3 cubes. So if I didn't want to add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3, I can write it out like this, which gives me 16 plus 6 for an area of 22 blocks for the surface area. Now say if I wanted to take this one step further and say that if this is like one of the surfaces of my block, and since it is a square, if this is what it looks like, I can actually determine what my surface area is. So for the surface area here, it is length times width, which is 2 times 2 in this case. So the area is going to be 4 centimeters squared. If each one of those little square blocks is 4 centimeters, I would take the 22 blocks, which I determined are at the surface, and go 22 times 4 centimeters squared, and determine that my surface area is 88 centimeters squared. So that is one way that you can find the surface area of a composite object made from blocks.